Hey everyone, it is tea time with the diva. Grab your tea, grab your coffee, because we're going to get into it. This tea time is dedicated to Teddi Mellencamp, formerly from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. At least that's where I most know her from. Well, she recently told us that she's going through stage 4 brain cancer. She had several tumors removed, and she's still currently dealing with it. So she did a podcast and she talked about how she felt since she cheated on her husband and devastated so many lives, her children, her husband, and then the person she cheated with, his wife and their children also, went through a lot as a result of this cheating scandal. And she feels like, her cancer perhaps is karma for all the things that she did and for, the fact that she hurt these people. I really want us to redefine that word karma, because every time something happens now, people's like, that's their karma. That's what they get. When Wendy Williams, went through and is going through everything that she is going through, they're saying, oh, that's Wendy's karma for talking about people all of these years, putting people's business out in the street. Well, here in YouTube, when you're in like this kind of the sector I'm in, I guess they call it like the gossip sector, where we do trending topics or whatever. I mean, what's the difference between us? Like, highlighting stories, and at least for me, I'll say this. I don't go digging for anything. That's why I use a lot of articles, because just so you know, I'm not trying to put 2110. I'm not saying nobody called me and I made this thing up. It's already out there. So I have discussions on things that are already out there. And it doesn't make me any better than anybody else. I'm not trying to say that either. But I'm just saying, a lot of times with our sector now versus maybe back when Wendy was doing it, is that we stuff gets out there and then we kind of have a conversation and address it. So I say all that to say that, well, one day we wake up and be in our karma, because we're kind of doing these trending topics and these stories like that. I don't think karma is that simple and easy. You do something bad, and then next thing you know, something extremely bad happens to you. If that was the case, you got a lot of people out there that unalive people, and they still eating, drinking, talking, walking, and doing everything to this day. And some of them even get second chance of life. They may go to jail, pay for their crime, and then get out. So I just want us to redefine karma, and I hope that Teddi knows, and maybe she'll realize before she leaves this earth, that her cancer diagnosis has nothing to do with karma, and more to do with maybe just things that happen to be going on in her body, which I can't explain. Some of these diseases, I just don't know how, one person over another ends up with it. But the last thing I would say is that definitely not karma. And I really feel like we need to stop using the word so loosely and maybe redefine or just explain the definition of karma a little bit better. So let me go ahead and share screen so we can get more into this story. When I saw this, it broke my heart, because I'm like, girl, please don't think that. Teddi Mellencamp, because honey, if it was that simple, you cheated and you got a filthy, nasty karma, such as 4-stage cancer, there'd be a lot of people walking around just passing out or being on chemo. Teddi Mellencamp, I always wonder, is cancer karma for my affair? And Diva says no. Okay, let's take a listen. This thing broke my heart.
The horse trainer.
Yeah, I've never talked about it at all, just because of the kids, and I've never wanted anybody to have a guarantee whether it happened or didn't happen. But what I can say is, did I do things that hurt other people? Yes. To this day, does it still hurt my heart? And I wonder if that's why I got cancer? Yes. Like, it was my payback. So nothing goes without payment, I guess. But yeah, that entire however long it was that it was all over the press, it was everywhere. And you're trying to minimize everybody's pain. You end up maximizing it. Whereas if you feel like you could just open up, because now not only do you have yourself, you have your significant other, your kids, the other person's significant other, their kids. I mean, so many people are hurt in the wreckage.
Yeah, cheating, there's a lot of people hurt in the wreckage. And one thing I will say about cheating is I just don't understand it. Like, if you're done with the diva, be done with her, but don't stay with her and then, to have somebody on the side and then I got to find out and then that's even more pain. It's like, just, be an adult about it and say, I'm done. I'm not feeling fulfilled in this relationship anymore. And I found someone else. So Teddi Mellencamp is spilling the tea on her affair with horse trainer Simon, confessing she can't help but wonder if her stage 4 cancer diagnosis is karma for her past missteps. On the Jamie Kern Lima Show podcast, an emotional Teddi made it clear she definitely hurt people, including her kids, when it came to the affair that made headlines last November, just weeks after her divorce announcement from Edwin, and that still breaks her heart to this very day. Teddi elaborated through tears, wondering out loud if her cancer diagnosis was the price she had to pay, saying nothing goes without payment. No doubt the affair was a mess with Simon. With Simon Schroeder's ex-wife Carly filing for divorce on December 30th, just weeks after the scandal broke. But Simon has kept quiet about the whole thing. As we reported, Teddi had a few surgeries to remove a bunch of tumors on her brain this year, but by April, she revealed the tumors had shrunk. So God, I'm hoping she gets the second.
I have this look on my bucket list.
Love you, babe. You got this. Might be your best look yet.
My best look.
Oh, wait, let's take a listen. I'm sorry.
Had some of my darkest, saddest days since the 12th when this happened.
Mm-hmm.
But leading up to it, it's so wild what kind of transpired to kind of get us here. Because, I mean, I was at a horse show. I remember going to my friend Nicole.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I have the worst migraine I've ever had in my entire life.
This is before we went to New Orleans, right?
Yeah, this is before we went to New Orleans. We had just done a pod where I was kind of like
Mm-hmm.
all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember not being able to remember how to say certain words.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's weird. Like I just kind of got to that place. And then I went to my friend Nicole. I'm like, I must have a migraine. I've never had one. And she was like, oh, sometimes that happens to people when they're going through menopause. And I was like,
how dare her?
I was like, well, you might be right. I'm like, but either way, do you have any, because she always has migraines. I'm like, do you have any migraine medication? And she's like, yes. So then I took it and then I started like shaking really bad at the horse show. And then when I was at the show, I was riding and I didn't know where I was. Like when you're going to, like, part of riding is finding the distance
Mhm.
and like picking exactly where you want your horse to leave.
Which, by the way, is very dangerous that you were riding and weren't stable.
Well, I didn't know I wasn't stable. And now it's not dangerous because I'm in a good place. But my head had been hurting for like 6 months. But I was like,
Why did you ignore it?
I think because so much bad stuff was going on right then that I didn't want to face any of it. And I was like, I just need to keep moving forward. And if I keep moving forward, then everything's going to be fine.
Anywhere in you, did you think that something was really, like, the cancer had come back, or
no,
medically?
because I had just gone for my checkup. And so I had gone for my checkup already. And I was cleared. And it was the first time in 3 years that I didn't have any melanoma. Skin melanoma.
Yeah, I feel for her. Listen, prayers out to Teddi. Message out to Teddi. I don't think this is karma for your missteps. I think it's just something that happened and you have to go through. And I'm praying that you truly come out on the other side and you're cancer free and you get to continue living life and seeing your kids grow up, grow older, go to their graduations, their weddings, and all of the above. Listen, guys, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts, and let me know, should we really explain this karma definition better? Because I just don't like the way so many people quickly apply it to people when something bad happens to them. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button. I'll see you on the next video.